Kind of a cool product to review today, the Breville Juice Fountain Cold XL BJE 830. Sometimes I say Breville, people jump all over me. That's what we're gonna review today. Kind of cool, came with old school like recipe cards. So we're gonna do 3 different recipes. Jam jar, which I've already prepped here. Orange You Happy, and Bloody Mary. Now in Canada, we drink Caesars with Clamato. Everywhere else they make Bloody Marys, but we're gonna try to make a Bloody Mary, see how that turns out. So jam jar is first up. 2 stalks of rhubarb, 1 zucchini peeled, 1 cup strawberries, and 2 red apples. And then it breaks down all the calories and all the health components or whatever. Never used this yet. I have an old school Breville juicer. Haven't used it in probably 10 years. All right, so all I have to do is just, I'm gonna quarter my apple here, get rid of the core essentially. So it is August here in Canada where we live, and rhubarb season is gone, but I still had some rhubarb left in my garden. They're smaller, so I grabbed those this morning. Rhubarb season here is usually June, so it called for 2 large stalks. I'm just gonna throw this in, they're smaller stalks anyway. So yeah, so I was looking at, they have what they call the need for speed chart. 3 settings of on the actual machine itself. Quiet for soft fruit, fast, and boost for hard veg. So we're gonna follow that the best we can. They're suggesting zucchini and strawberry are gonna go in the fast, and then the apple and the rhubarb are gonna go in the boost or hard veg. So let's fire it up and see what happens. Moment of truth. So as you can see, I'm gonna show you how to take all of this apart and put it back together because it was a little, for the first time it was a little confusing. So we got a zucchini. Jamie was very excited to see how this worked.
That was quick.
You like that? Strawberries. The other thing I noticed too is the shoot here, quite large. Making a mess. All right, so now we're gonna go to the, sorry, that should have been on the fast setting anyway. Now we're on the highest setting. Just pulverizes. Oh yeah. Well, one thing is for sure, this machine does not mess around. Made very quick work of everything. Jamie, did you see the pulp basket at the back here? The machine that I used to have, that I used to use about 10 years ago, my wife and I used to put like a grocery bag, when you used to be able to get them, in the pulp reservoir, so it was easy to clean up. Well, of course, you can't have plastic bags anymore, so we don't have that. Anyway, so here we have our juice. And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a little stir. Does look really good. Just a little taste. Oh, tart from the rhubarb, but as fresh as you're gonna get. Tastes fantastic. So the next one, Orange You Happy. The only slight modification, it calls for half an orange. The orange that I got wasn't super huge, so I'm gonna put the whole thing in. So we're gonna start with our softer veg as well. In this case, it would be the peppers and the orange. And then, so we got orange pepper, orange pepper, yellow pepper, celery, carrot, a chunk of ginger, and an orange. Let's fire it up. Orange in. Pulverized peppers. We're definitely gonna have to talk about cleaning after when we're done. Let's ramp it up. Do 1 carrot at a time. Celery. A chunk of ginger. That crushed that. All right, here we go. I'll grab a spoon, I'll stir that up. I mean, I must admit, the color on it is beautiful. Would you agree, Jamie?
Yes.
It's a beautiful color. Thank you, Mr. Carrot. So a little strong on the ginger, but tastes great.
I prefer the first one.
Well, this first one's super smooth, right?
Yeah.
But I don't notice any chunks or pieces, like none.
Smooth.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Bloody Mary. The next test we're gonna do is a Bloody Mary, again off the cue card that they show. 4 tomatoes, 2 stalk celery, a large red pepper. They call for vodka. We're just gonna do a virgin one and some ice. Everything goes in on the fast setting, and it's gonna pulverize whatever we give it. Fast setting. Just crushing these tomatoes. Red pepper, and then 2 stalks of celery. Might as well put them both in. All right, Jamie, can you get a little back shot here of our little pulp collector here? Okay, let's give it a stir, give it a try. Thought it would be redder. It's almost got like an orange hue to it. And like I said, here in Canada, we take our Caesars pretty serious. In Canada, Bloody Mary generally is with tomato juice and vodka, but this is obviously the healthy version. Let's give it a try. I mean, it tastes good. I mean, would I drink it with vodka? Sure. Would I take it over a Caesar in Canada? Not so much. All right, let's pour it out into our glass. We'll get that into the fridge and we'll save that for our nice thumbnail picture we're gonna do. All right, so let's dissect this and take it apart. First thing always, safety first, we're gonna unplug it, just in case. This rubberized spout comes off. Obviously can easily be cleaned. I didn't mention the pitcher does have a cap or cover to go over top in the event you make a big jug and you want to throw it in the fridge and use some of it for later. This big handle comes down. Now I must tell you, this is a very heavy duty machine. Like there's some good weight to it. It's quite nice. Large plunger, as you can see here as well. And then this whole cap comes straight off. So I'm gonna slowly take it off and flip it over. So as you can see, Jamie, there's quite a bit of pulp that builds up there as well. So we're just gonna take our pulp container off. And when you well, maybe we'll put it back together whenever we wash it. It kind of hangs underneath the actual main juicer itself. So I'm just gonna use my fingers here. There's nothing sharp that's gonna hurt me. And just gonna clean all of that into that. And again, that's gonna go into your compost or however you wanna dispose of it. The rest we're just gonna rinse. So let me get rid of this. All right, so there's 2 more pieces. The easiest way to do is just to lift this straight up, here like that. And then here's the business end here, the blades. As you can see, there's a screen here. It's hard to see. It does come with a cleaning brush for the screen, but there's really not much there. Like not much at all. There's one little piece of celery here that didn't quite get pulverized. That's it, but there's nothing. So as you can see from this here, there's a little bit of juice that's just sitting here like that. The machine itself, when I inspect it, there's no leakage, there's no juice that overflowed or anything. So when I look in here though, I do notice, oh no, I thought it was a big chunk of zucchini, but it literally was just pulp. So very little waste as far as juice goes. As you can see, a little bit of tomato skin, but that's pretty much it. So we're gonna get this cleaned up and I'm gonna show you how to put it back together. All right, so if you can imagine 10 pieces to this unit, it's a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Once you do it once or twice, then you can breeze through it, no problem. But I'm no expert. We just opened this today for the first time. But let's try to put it together and see how we do. So obviously we have our base, carrying handle, if you will. For me personally, and we're gonna run through our average kitchen score, the size of this, the footprint, is a big big downside of the unit for me. All right, so first thing is, They all have fancy names. I don't know what it is, but this is the bottom mount. You'll see down inside, it's gonna be hard to see on the video, but there's an arrow here, so you align your blade with some of the arrows there. Boom, it sits in properly like that. Next thing you know, the cover. And as we go, I'll explain. So this is not dishwasher safe. This and this is dishwasher safe. Everything else has to be washed by hand. And if you're a fan of the show, and I hope you are, you know Jamie hates that. So that gets locked into place. The other thing, the only one that's a little tricky is the, and I can maybe try to turn it to show you. This has to go up underneath. You see how that's going underneath there, Jamie? Up underneath, and there's a bit of a slot here for your electrical cable to come through. And then your pitcher, and I'll spin it around again. You put your little 90-degree elbow on, like this. Your pitcher fits up underneath, like so. And then you have your plunger that has a giant arrow on the front that sits there. So it's not like the end of the world to put together, but there's obviously a specific order that you have to go through. So let's see width-wise on this. You're looking at about 13 inches wide and roughly, try to get the front of the handle, 12 inches deep. And then height, 18 inches. And of course you need the space to be able to push your plunger down inside. So let's talk about this. I got a smashing deal on this. I just looked it up. I ordered it maybe a month ago. Got a smashing deal on this. Regular price $4.99 Canadian. For whatever reason, this specific color, I think it comes in maybe 8 different colors. This specific color was on sale for $2.99 Canadian. I just looked it up while we were taking a bit of a break before we jump back in here. Right now the red one is on sale, but it's on sale for $3.99. So we got this for $2.99. Still expensive, but this is the Cadillac of juicers. I think Breville makes 6 different juicers. This is their highest end one, 1200 watts. As you saw in the review, pulverizes anything you put down inside the 3.5-inch chute. So I don't know, I think you probably should core an apple, but maybe you don't even have to core it because you could put a full-size apple down there and gone. So anyway, on the price point, still expensive. It's a little bit of a luxury item in the sense that it's pretty pricey. 7.6 out of 10. Functionality, I don't even know how it could have functioned any better given the fact that it absolutely crushed everything that we gave it. So we gave that a 9.7. Versatility, well, that always becomes the big debate. It's a juicer, it's meant to juice, doesn't air fry, it doesn't make ice cream, it doesn't do anything else like that. So we gave that an 8. Cleaning, well, Jamie is the cleaning sort of aficionado. He is a big fan of everything going in the dishwasher. We gave it an 8.5. The 2 biggest components are dishwasher safe, and I mean, these are huge, right? So, as I mentioned, 70, what did I say? It's showing 70, which is 2 liters. So, I mean, like, what size garden do you have to have at home, or what grocery store do you own that you can juice 2 liters worth of fruits and vegetables every day? So it's pretty massive. But anyway, so the cleaning, we gave it 8.5. The size for us was a bit of a down point because we did 3 tests today and pulverized a lot of fruits and vegetables, and the reservoir on the back for the pulp was like maybe 1 inch high, 2 inches at the most. So the size, it's almost too big, I think. So we gave that a 7.8. Storage is going to be the biggest issue because you're not going to store it as you see now, or maybe you will if you have enough counter space to store it as is. But at minimum, you're going to have basically 3 components like this to have to store somewhere. So for a lot of people, that might be a downside, and for us, we think it was. So we gave that a 6.8. The quality, I mean, it's very, very well made. We were very impressed on how well it worked. We gave it a 9.5. So an overall score of 8.3. So if you have a juicer, or if you have this one, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. We always reply. That's our video. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.